Hey Board Game Maniacs, Maniac Rob here with Maniac Brady and Maniac Wolf. You seen Wolf before in the Labyrinth video? We got a really special game we're playing here. Everybody, well almost everybody is familiar with Zombicide and how you play Zombicide, and there's many seasons of Zombicide. Well, what we did is we combined all the seasons of Zombicide down to all the cards and the miniatures and everything, and we broke it down to just using season 1 with all the cards, maybe a little bit of the other miniatures and so forth, and we're also combining it with Drop Zone Commander from BoardGames. You can't see the board yet, but you will see it when we play it. Now, we also already shot like a basic tutorial on how we're going to play the game, the rule set and everything, and you can click in the link below and you can watch that before you watch this gameplay video. But until then, just hang on. We're going to go over just again briefly the rules. We're going to go over the board, the setup and everything. In case you don't want to watch that video, you just want to jump into the mayhem of killing zombies and ripping their heads off and everything else. So just stay tuned, watch this, and enjoy the ride.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so here we have, I'm going to go over the table and everything else too as well. But right now, we're just using the characters from Season 1 of Zombicide. The cards are here, we have the search tokens, and you can see that we have the blurry board. There, it's in focus now. So again, this board is created for Drop Zone Commander. It is part of, actually, Drop Zone Commander, and there's another type too as well. I can't exactly remember what it is, but it is all cardboard, really sturdy cardboard. You got the buildings that you can put together. Now I did like a basic tutorial and all of this that is in the link below, so you can click on it. You can watch that first if you want. But again, we're just going to briefly go over some of the scenario here of what we're playing. So again, you see spawn points here, and some zombies are already out too as well, and there's numbers. So what the numbers is, if nobody is familiar with this, is when you roll the die for the zombie spawn point, you roll 3 4s, put the 3 4s there. Or if you roll 1 3, put the 1 3 here. There's 6 spawn points in total. One is actually right on the building, so it's going to be really interesting. For a character to get, or a zombie to get on the building or down, it takes 1 action to do it. So it's just like a zone. And also too as well, got some more zombies that are hanging out around here waiting. All characters are going to start right here. Now the objective of this custom scenario is we have to get all the X's, which are worth again 5 points. But when you pick up an X, you have to roll a d20. You have to refer to a specialized chart that I created, and you have to do what it says to do. Now there are some benefits to this, and there's also some negative effects, such as like going insane, you know, teleporting and so forth. So as we go through the game, you'll definitely see that. So it's going to be a lot of fun to play this, you know. And I randomly just selected some zombies. I already put them on the board to start off. So again, where everybody is starting right here, and we already have some zombies spawned close to the starting point. You can see I drew on the cardboard cutouts so they can make it in zones, and they are equal. They're 4 by 4 inches, I think it is, exactly what the Zombicide boards are. So again, everything is all exact. We're going to go over a little bit more of the rules, so just stand by. So just like in Zombicide, you can search, but you know, you can't get in these buildings, so how can you search? You can search in any of these zones on the board, but the only difference is when you're going to search, just say a character lands here and it's like, hey, I'm gonna search. So to do that search, you have to roll a d6, and you have to get a 4 or higher to successfully search, and then you just search like normal. If you don't roll 4 or higher, then your search fails. So again, that also still counts as an action, even if you fail. And again, just like any other zombie, you have 3 actions to play. The objective of this game is simple. You want to grab all the X's, and you also want to be in the red. When the game starts, we are automatically starting in the yellow for this one. Now, this game is so totally customizable, you can change it to whatever you like. This is just what I created. So, we start in yellow, we kill zombies, we grab X's, we roll the D20. Once we get into the red, what happens is we are going to have to make it to the exit here. And once we make it to the exit, all we need is one survivor to make it to the exit. And once they make it to the exit and they exit in a free zone of zombies, we win the game. If we die, however, obviously we're going to lose. But there's a little bit of information here that I kind of added, which simply is when a character dies, when you get 2 wounds, you die. But you're not really dead, and you're not really turned into a zombievor. In this game, when you die, you'll lose your 2 wound tokens, you lose all items that you carry, and what we're going to do is we're going to add one of these, which comes in one of the Zombicide seasons. It's a little blurry there, but it's just a green token. You could use any kind of token you want. You add that to your card. And when you add that to your card, you get to continue playing, but you start at the starting zone, again, which is here. After you start at the starting zone, you start over again with the basic starting items. And in this Zombicide scenario, your basic starting items is a pistol and a fire axe. So everybody who plays this game starts with a pistol and a fire axe. So you die, you lose your 2 wounds, you start, but once you get hit one more time, just one more time, you're dead and you're out of the game completely. And the way that all survivors win, again, as I said, we only need one to go to the exit with an exit-free zone. Also, if you notice on this building right here, we have a spawn point and a zombie that's starting here. So what that means is for a zombie to go into one zone, down here, a zombie or a character, and to come up here, it's going to take one extra action that's movement action to get up here. So again, they can spawn, they can come out, and also too as well. Now, with some of the X's, if you roll a certain number, it can initiate another spawn point. So at that spawn point, it's going to add more than 6 spawn zones to the whole game. So again, you're going to have a heck of a lot more zombies coming out and trying to attack you. This is going to prove very, very difficult and very interesting. So we're going to start the gameplay. If I missed any of the rules, the custom rules, you will see them as we go along and we play the game. So just hang on, enjoy the ride, and hopefully you'll see a lot of zombie killing. Alright, so we've picked our characters. Again, we're only using characters from season. So we all picked our character cards and what we're going to use. Now these characters are strictly from season 1, but we also have the zombie spawn cards as well as the item cards from all other seasons mixed into it. And just for simplicity's sake, if we draw one of the special zombies, VIP zombies, or even zombies from season 2 and so forth, we're going to treat them just as like a walker from season 1, a runner from season 1 and so forth. So they're not going to be any Skinner zombies or toxic zombies and everything else. So Thomas has picked Phil. So Phil, we're starting in the yellow, so he already has to start with a pistol, and he also has one free action. And we all start with the pistol and a fire axe. Brady has chosen Ned. Here's Ned right there. Kind of in shadow and not in focus a bit, but everyone knows who Ned is. Well, if not, there he's there. There's Ned. Hello, Ned. So again, one free search action and plus 1 action. That's for Ned, fire axe and pistol. And for me, I chose Josh. Now with Josh, he has slippery and 1 free action and also a pistol and fire axe. So let's the game begin and let's see how many zombies we start killing. Alright, so we're going to roll up to see who goes first. I'm going to go clockwise. So I rolled a 3. Go ahead, Brady. Brady rolled a 5. Thomas rolled a 3. So Brady goes first, then Thomas, then myself. So let's the games begin. Alright, so Brady goes first. So Brady is Ned. So what are you going to do, Ned?
The first thing I'm going to do is immediately search for the privilege of the search action.
Okay, so to search, you're going to have to roll a d6, and you're going to have to get a 4 or higher to successfully search. Alright, so Ned, roll and see if you're able to search successfully or not. And he gets a 4, so he's able to search from one of the item decks. So what do you got there, Brady?
A pistol. I already have.
A pistol. Oh, so you got a double pistol. All right. So Brady got the pistol. He already got a pistol, but he put it in reserve. So just to let all the viewers know that we may make a little bit of rule mistakes for the basic Zombicide Season 1 or Season 2, Season 3 or so have you. But again, this is a custom game. So if we make any rules, just comment down below and we will address them accordingly. Okay, Brady, so what are you going to do with Ned now?
First, I'm going to move Ned here. That's one action. And then here's 2 actions, and then I'm going to shoot.
And again, because this is a custom game, you can't shoot diagonally. And he's going to shoot with this pistol. Alright, Brady, let's roll and see if you successfully shoot that zombie. So you get a 2. So that wasn't high enough, because that pistol you have to get a 4+ to get it. So you just miss it. Alright, we're on to Phil's turn. So, Thomas, where are you going to go?
Okay. So, for my first action, I'm going to move back this way. I'm going to move over the opposite way of Brady.
Alrighty.
Shoot at these guys over here.
So your third action, you're going to take a shot and you're going to try to hit. Now, because you only have the pistol, you obviously can't shoot the fatty because he's a power of 2 and your pistol is a power of 1.
Exactly.
So you're going to try to shoot one of those zombies.
Yep.
Alright, Thomas, let's see what you get. And a 4. So he successfully shoots and kills one of those zombies. So again, we're starting in the yellow, so Thomas goes up an extra point.
I'm at 8.
So remember, you got an extra action. And just to reiterate on the last one, which Brady, we forgot that we were starting in yellow and Brady would have had an extra action, but because we already passed Brady, we got to remember that for next turn.
Yep.
So what's going to be your next, in your final action there, Thomas?
I'm actually going to attack another zombie.
Alright. So let's see what you're going to get here.
And another 4.
Another 4. So you take out another zombie there. Ooh, so what's left is Monsieur Fatty. Again, the camera's kind of trying to find focus here. Alright, so it's my turn. So with Josh, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin around, and before I do anything, I'm going to do a search to see if I can find the better weapon than what I have. So let's see, 4 or higher to successfully search, and I got a 5, so I can search. Yeehaw! Alright, so when I searched, I found my sawed-off shotgun. So another thing, if you notice, that we're not going to play with is we're not playing with noise tokens in this, just to make the game go by a lot faster. So you can add the noise tokens if you want. We're not doing it. But anyhow, with this sawed-off shotgun, I got a 0 to 1 range, 2 die, 3+, and it is a power of 1. So let's see what next Josh is going to do. Alright, and for Josh, just to complete his actions, what he did is he just decided to move because he wants to go over and get to this X, see what happens. So we're on to zombies, turn 1. Okay, so now it is the zombies' turn. So first thing we got to do before we roll the die is we're going to have to move all the zombies on the board. So let's start moving them. So Fatties gets to move 1, and again, just like the characters, Fatties can also move diagonally too as well. So this Fatty moved 1 space, and he's there with Phil. Next up, for this zombie here, he's going to move 1 space to lock up Ned. Alright, so all zombies have moved. So as you can see, again, just so you can see, Ned is tied up with the zombie right now, and Phil is tied up with the Fatty. Now unfortunately, a Fatty is a power of 2, but Phil has his fire axe, so he can do a little bit of chopping on it, but we still have to roll for zombie spawn, which is next. Okay, roll. Alright, so Brady's going to roll for the zombie spawns, so let's see what happens. 6 die, because 6 zombie spawn points, and let's just, I'm not going to zoom in with the camera and everything, we'll just doing accordingly, and we'll be back to you shortly. Alright, so first off, we have 2 number 2, so zombie number 2, zone 2 for spawn, we had to spawn our zombies. Now I'm not going to record all zombie spawn points because it's going to take a long time, but again, this is the first one just to show you. So again, because this here is from a different season or also a VIP, either or, we have 2 zombies because we're in yellow, and we have 4 zombies, so 6 in total, so we spawned the 6 here. So again, you can quickly see that this game is going to get very, very difficult. So let's spawn all the rest and continue on with the hero's turn. So for the second spawn, it's for number 4, we got 1, 4, so it was 3 zombie walkers. Now, in other games of Zombicide, if you run out of zombies, you get an extra activation with that zombie. We're not going to play this because we have so many more zombie miniatures to play because we're using all the different seasons. So if we run out of the painted miniatures, we're not going to give an extra activation. We're just going to add more zombies, which unfortunately are unpainted. So please don't put negative comments below if we're playing with unpainted naked miniatures, because I just didn't have time to paint them all. So we're just going to keep continuing on. Okay, so when Brady rolled, he actually rolled 2 number 6s. So 2 die had 6. So we pulled the card and we have a fatty, and obviously when the fatty comes, 2 walkers, and we also had the other walkers. Now, they are on top of a building, as you can see. So just like the heroes, zombies, for them to move off the building takes an extra action. So for them guys to move off, instead of just 1, it's going to take 2. I don't know if I said it properly previously, but that's the way we're playing it. Same with all of the heroes to get that X up there, which we definitely are going to have to get before the end of the game. Is it's going to take 2 actions to get up to the top of the building. Alright, so we're on to the heroes turn 2. So it starts off with Ned. He is locked in combat with the zombie. Now, just like Zombicide rules, he can spend 2 actions to run away, or he can try to fight him. Brady has chose to fight him. He's going to use his fire axe or pistol. Don't really matter, but he gets to roll 1 die and he got to get a +4. Alright, Brady, do your roll and see if you take him out. This is going to be your first action. 4. He kills that walker and he goes up 1 experience point. Okay, so Brady, for his second action, he chose to search. So again, searching in the streets, because you can't go in buildings, you got to get a 4+ to successfully search. And he did, so he gets a search for 1 item. Let's see what Brady gets. Oh, Brady drew a really good card. So this here is a gun blade. So he gets to use the blade 0 to 1, or the gun for 2 dice for the 1, and he also gets to use 1 for the gun. It's a +4 to 2 damage. So that's a really good card, Brady. Really good card to draw. Again, I shuffled all of these. Brady witnessed it, so that was just luck of the draw. Alright, so another thing with this rules, again, we're going to come up with all these different rules. So Brady is putting his gun blade into his at hand. He's taking his pistol. It's not going to create any other actions to move your backpack around or whatever, or even to discard any of your weapons. So Brady has chosen to take one of his pistols and just discard it. Now again, once per turn, you can only discard 1 item. You can't say, okay, I got 2 pistols, I want to throw the 2 pistols away at once. So again, if you want to do that, that's going to eat up 1 of your actions at least. So Brady still has some actions, so let's go on and see what happens next. Alright, so Brady still has some actions left, but if you notice, there's a runner hot on his trails. So what Brady chose to do is he's going to move Ned up here. And because he got that lovely, lovely blade gun, he's going to try to attack him with the blade gun. So let's see what happens. Alright, so with the gun blade or blade gun, whatever way you want to say it, he gets 2 die and he has to get a 4+ either on 1 of them to successfully kill the runner. Let's see, Brady, if you kill the runner. Oh, he kills him. Nice. Brady's just starting to try to clean house here. So he is 1 zone away from this walker right here. So Brady is going to shoot to see if he can just kill that walker too as well. Alright, so Brady's going to use his gun blade again. He got 1 die, got to get a +4. And again, it does 2 damage, but the runner's only 1 damage. So let's see if you kill this one too, Brady. Yep. Holy smokes, he's cleaning up the table. So it's on to Phil's turn. So Phil is locked in combat with the fatty, and the fatty is a power of 2. So Thomas, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna use my fire axe like that. And I'm gonna hack this guy apart, hopefully.
Let's see what happens. All right, Thomas, let's see.
Action number 1. Yes.
He got the fatty. So the fatty is just a blob of fat.
Slice and dice.
All right, good job. For Phil's second action, he's going to opt to search, so you got to roll a d6 and get a 4+. So let's see what you get there. He gets a 2, so that's a fail. So that's action number 2.
Yep.
You gonna try again?
Yep, I'm gonna try again. I want to try and find something good.
2. It's another fail search. After a little bit of thinking there, Thomas is going to take Phil and he's going to get the heck away from the spawn of zombies there and move up with Ned. Good choice.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's my turn. So Josh is only 1 space away from the X. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my actions. I'm going to move up here. So now I am right where the X is. So my next thing is what I'm going to do is I have to roll a d20 to find out what happens with that red X. Now, we're not going to play it so that if you have to spend one more action to pick up the X. Once you're in the same zone as the X, it's picked up. But you still have to roll a d20. I got 5 experience points and then I have to roll a d20. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I got my d20. Let's roll, see what happens. And I get... it's out of focus so you can't see. Ooh, no. I get a 15. So Thomas is referring to the custom chart to see what it is, and just hang on and we find out what it is I get, or really bad. Thomas is smirking, so I'm really scared. Alright, Thomas, what does it say for the chart for 15?
Number 15. Lose your most powerful weapon in your inventory for the remainder of the game.
What? Who made this game? That's... I don't like that idea. So therefore, I have to lose my powerful weapon for the remainder of the game.
Remainder of the game.
That really sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so my most powerful weapon is my fire axe. So, oh, that's Phil. Ha, guess what? Thomas loses the fire axe. No, let's go to Josh here. My bad. So, I'm going to lose the fire axe. So, if I roll a 15 again, obviously I'm not going to be weaponless. So, again, it's not going to apply if I have to lose another, because you have to at least have 1 core starting item. So again, that really sucks though, because that was a power of 2. So now I have to see what else I'm going to be able to do. I think I'm going to have to search. So also too as well, because I picked up the X and got the 5 points and I searched, this has gone off the board. But the thing is because we're not in the red yet, all X's just regenerate. But the only thing is that I can't just move at one zone and come back and pick up the same X. You have to go to another X. That is the stipulation in the rules. It sucks. I shouldn't have put that in there, but I did. But for my next action, because that was 1 action, and I did that, I'm going to search to see if I get a better weapon. Alright, so for me to search, I got a little overzealous there and anxious, and I just wanted to pick up the card, but I was kindly reminded by the other 2 gentlemen, oh, I have to roll to see if I get a 4 or higher. And they're going to laugh really hard if I fail, so let's see what happens. I get a 3. So that was a failed search, but you know what? I can't search twice per turn. So I can't search anymore, so I am stuck with just having the pistol. That is horrible. So for my last 2 actions, what I did is I was right here, I was able to move diagonally for 1, 2 for the second zone, and that ends my turn. Thomas actually brought up a very valid point. So with that X that I picked, because that's what I'm focusing in on right now, I cannot go after that X anymore until the zombies spawn for the next turn. But Brady and Thomas can go up and get this X if they want, because it is respawn for them, just not for me until next turn. Alright, so I was the last player, so I had done mine. So now it is zombie movement and then zombie spawn. So after we do the movement and we spawn, we'll come back, I'll show you the board, where everybody is and what happened and so forth. Now the zombies, they moved from the building, and where I said previously that it takes 2 actions for them to move off. Now, obviously, if that's the case, the fatties and the walkers will never, ever, ever be able to get off of that building, which will create a lot of issues so that when we go to get that X, we'll have like a zillion zombies there at the end. So just to adjust the rules slightly a bit, that it just only applies to heroes to move up there, but for the zombies, they avoid it and they just move down as one action. Okay, so we did all the zombie movement and the spawning too as well. So as you can see, there's a heck of a lot more zombies on the board. Number 4, we got more zombies. Zombies have moved, the runners have moved. You know, in some spawns it wasn't too bad. But then again, in others, it was really bad. So again, you can see that this is getting very populated with the dead very quickly. So moving on to the next hero phase, and it is Ned's turn. So in Ned's turn, him and Phil are both engaged with the runner right there. The runner was back there, he had to move 2 spaces so he wasn't able to bite them. So Brady is going to use Ned and he's going to attack him probably with the gun blade where he rolls 2d6. He has to get a 4+ to kill the runner. Let's see what happens. Alright Brady, let's see what you get. Roll your 2d6. A 4, you killed him, and the other one popped off. Over here it was a 4 or 2 as well. But in either case, you kill him, so you go up 1 experience point. Brady is starting to turn into the Terminator. Okay, so Brady's next thing he's going to do is going to use his free search action to see if he can successfully search. So let's see if you get a 4 or higher on your d6. Yes, he does. So he searches. So Brady drew from the items deck and he's got a laser pointer, but unfortunately he don't have any weapons that can apply to it. So he just put it on in his backpack. So hopefully, the way that Brady's going in his rolling, he'll definitely find something that will work for him. So what are you gonna do next, Brady? Now we were just talking, and Brady was thinking on going to shoot the runner, which is right here. Now again, this is not your normal Zombicide. So he's kind of like around the corner here. Again, we're playing by line of sight, so Brady can't really shoot around the corner and hit that zombie. Even though he's diagonally 1 zone away, Brady's going to have to, if he wants to shoot that runner, he's going to have to move up 1 more zone and then shoot. Okay, Brady, what are you going to do with Ned?
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And then I'll have my turn.
Alright, so Brady's close to an X. Or I should say Ned is close to an X. Moving on to Phil's turn. Alright, on the top of Phil's turn, he is chosen to try and search. So 4 or higher, let's see. What are you going to do there, Thomas? Oh, no. He failed his search.
What is with the 2s?
Are you going to try to search again?
I think I might move up and try and take those X's up there on number 3.
Alright. Okay, so Phil, do your movement.
Alright, I'm going to move 1, 2, and I'm going to pick up both of those X's.
Okay, so again, remember, you don't have to use an action to pick up an X. There's a double X there. So automatically, Thomas, you're going up 10 points. Mm-hmm. But you have to roll the d20 not once, but twice, and refer to the chart. Let's see what happens. So before you roll the d20, Thomas has something to say.
Since I got 10 experience, like that, I am now in the orange, sitting at 20. So that means that whenever we spawn anything, like that, we now have to go from the orange section of the card.
That happened pretty quick because we're only playing this game for maybe 10 minutes of video time, and we're already jumping up to the orange. So again, we're going to get to the red pretty quick. So this game could be over very fast by succeeding, or we're going to die horribly. Anyhow, let's go on to the rolling the d20, see what happens. One other note too as well, because Thomas, or Phil, whoever you want to call him, is in the orange now. He gets to choose 1 more action that he can go. So he has his start with the pistol. He has his 1 free action, and he has now to choose 1 of these to go along with it. So what are you going to pick there?
I think I'm going to do 1 free search action.
Alright, so that is his marker. He is going to do 1 free search action for his turn from now on. Alright, so Thomas is rolling the first roll for d20 and referring to the chart.
18.
18, so let's see what he has. Alright, Brady, so according to the chart for number 18, what does he get?
He spawns another zombie spawn point.
Lovely. So 2 zombie spawn points at number 3. That is the 21st roll. Okay, so Thomas is reluctantly laying down another zombie spawn point. So that can again be very detrimental. We have to try to beat this game as quick as possible.
And I still got one more D20
Yeah,
roll.
on to the roll number 2. Number 2, let's see what we get.
12.
12. So, according to the chart number 12, Brady had read it off. So, what's the what do you have to do there, Thomas?
Another zombie spawn point. You be quiet.
So you took 2 red X's, and you have now, or not you. This is not just bad for you. This is bad for everybody. So then we have 3 zombie spawn points at number 3. So whoever's rolling the dice next for the zombie spawns, we better not get any number 3s because we're in the orange as well. And I think that's the last of your movement, isn't it?
One more.
One more. You better just get the heck out of there and hope there's no runners. Okay, so Thomas, what do you got left to do here?
Okay, so I have only one one action left, but I also have a free search action like that because I'm now in the orange. So I'm going to move away from these spawn points, actually over here, and I'm going to search.
Alrighty, so let's search and see what happens. Alright, so 4 or higher, Thomas, to do your search, and you're getting a 3.
How did you call that? Seriously, how did you call?
So, you moved away, and you searched, and failed. So, now it is on to my turn. Let's see what I can do.
I can't believe you called that 3.
Alright, so it is my turn. So, what is Josh going to do? His first blue ability is Slippery, and what Slippery means is he can just run past zombies without having to use 2 actions. Or should I just try to kill him? I think I'm going to try to kill him first. I know I even got a pistol because my fire axe was robbed, but I'm going to try to shoot him, and if I don't, then I'm going to just get the heck away from him. Okay, so I'm going to shoot at the runner, and I use a 1 die, and I have to get a 4+. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it jumped out. Does that count if it jumped out? Yeah, unfortunately it does. And I got a 1, so I did nothing to him.
Click.
Click, click, click. Darn, I forgot to load the Glock. So, Josh failed at shooting the runner. So now he has 3 more actions left. So, should I just use my Slippery ability and just run away? Or should I try to shoot this runner again, or use a Slippery and go and get the X? I think I'm gonna get the red X because we need them to beat the game. So again, Josh is saying see you later because he got Slippery and he's running to the red X. And let's see what happens. Alright, so Josh went up 5 points for grabbing the X. Now again, until the zombie spawn, he cannot touch that X again. So I do roll my D20 and refer to the chart. I'm kind of scared after seeing the things that Thomas did, but let's do this. And I get, oh, it's out of focus. I get a 19. So let's see what happens. So referring to the chart number 19, I'm invisible for the next turn, which means I can slide by any zombie, even if an abomination was on the board. But the thing is with Slippery, I can do that already anyhow. So, you know, he didn't really succeed, but he didn't fail too as well. So Josh still has 2 more actions. And I think I'm going to try to run away from that runner because I don't want to be eaten. So, with his last 2 actions, Josh is going to move over 1 more space just so that if the runner chooses to come after me for his turn, he's moving 2 spaces and he's not going to be able to bite me or attack me. So for my last turn for Josh is I'm going to try to search to get something at least better than the pistol what I have. Alright, so D6, got to get a 4 or higher. And I get a 6, so I can search and see what I get. Yes, watch me be a frying pan. Okay, so Josh searched, and of course, he didn't get a weapon. He got which pretty much translates to which again translates to, oh my god. a zombie appears in your space or your zone. So again, he ran away from the runner, but to encounter another zombie that was hiding in the corner in a pile of rags, or you know, a pile of dirt or bush or something. But anyhow, a walker appears, which sucks. Alright, so the walker is right there with Josh, and Josh's turn is done. So now it's time to move all zombies and spawn them. So that means that Josh is going to take a wound right off the bat. Alright, so Josh gets a wound right from the start. But again, the way that I explained these rules before is if Josh gets bit one more time, he don't die. He loses all of his weapons, which I really wouldn't care because I only got a pistol. I start back with the pistol and fire axe, and I go to the starting point, but I also get a condition marker on me, which is right there. Not now, but if I get another wound and I die. And that condition marker means that I can just get one more wound and then I'm out of the game completely. So let's move on to zombie movement and spawning.
I get one wound also.
So Brady and Thomas is setting up the moving all the zombies around accordingly, and then Thomas will roll this time because Brady seems to be rolling all the numbers that we don't want him to roll. So Thomas is gonna roll for the spawn, and we're gonna check back in after that. So just hang on there, Board Game Maniacs. Cross your toes, cross your fingers, and hope that I don't die. Just a quick comment there. Thomas asked because they got the extra 2 zombie spawn points there, and we were rolling 6 because we had 6 zombie spawn points. Any other spawn points over 6 automatically just gets a card drawn for that. And again, we're in the orange, so you're looking at 3 orange zombie spawn points at number 3. So again, and if you look, Phil is so close to there. So either way, I think we're in deep, deep doo-doo. After all the zombie movement and the spawn has taken place, you can see we got oodles and oodles of walkers over in the spawn point number 2. Again, these are from a different season which I never painted yet, so please don't say anything negative because I didn't get to painting them yet. Just pretend they're painted. That's all, because we're not going to give the zombies extra activation from season 1 because this game is already very difficult. If you want to customize it, if you don't have any of the painted, or even if you do and you just want to play with season 1 instead, by all means, go nuts and fill your boots. But us, we're not doing it because I'll show you why we're not doing it in just a second. Okay, so remember earlier on, Thomas, he picked up the 2 red X's and both got 2 extra zombie spawn points. So because of that, Thomas rolled and he got 2 3s, so therefore you had to draw 2 cards for number 3. Plus there's also 2 extra zombie spawn points, so that is 4 cards. We're in the orange, and lo and behold, look who reared their ugly head. The Abomination. So he's on the board now, and because we have extra abominations, if we draw another abomination card, we are not going to just give him an extra activation. We are going to use another abomination.
And you wanted me to roll for spawn points.
Yeah, exactly. And the runners we have on here are ridiculous. And again, you have the unpainted minis of the walkers. Don't judge me! And last but not least, for spawn point number 6, we have 3 runners. So again, we have more runners going on here, and they're on the building. So again, they only take 1 action to get down off of it. So again, it's only the heroes that take 2 actions to get up or down. So again, I think this game is made a really bad turn, and it all happened because Thomas rolled for 2 more spawn points. Thank you very much, Thomas.
You're welcome.
Alright, so it's Ned's turn, and because of the zombie movement before we did any spawn, the runner ran up and bit Ned. So therefore, Ned has 1 wound token, Josh has 1 wound token, Phil is clean as a whistle for now, but he's going to take some wounds soon, I'm almost certain of it. So, on to Ned's turn. Let's see what Ned's gonna do. Okay, so Brady, what are you gonna do for Ned?
Attack the runner.
You're going to attack the runner, and you're going to use your blade gun or gun blade, where you got 2d6, and you get to get
4 higher.
4+. So let's see if you kill that runner. And of course you do, because you should be going to the casino, because you would be winning lots of money for me. Alright, so second thing Ned's going to do for his action is going to use his free search actions. Just don't really count as anything, but he's got to roll a 4 or higher, which Brady's going to get a 5 because it's Brady.
I got a 3. I actually failed.
Oh my god! Brady actually failed for once!
It's so terrifying.
Oh, I think the luck is just kind of turned upside down the horseshoe and it's running out finally. And for Brady's next turn, since he failed the search, is he moved diagonally to the X, which he automatically picks up. So we are going to have to, Brady's moving up 5 points, so both Brady and I are not into the orange, but Phil is. It don't matter because we still have to treat it as orange, and Brady's going to roll his D20 to see what happens. Let's find out, shall we? Alright, Brady, roll your D20 and see what happens.
2.
2. So number 2. So let's see what that refers to with the chart. Alright, Brady, so you rolled the 2 refer to the chart, and what does it have?
I get to move 1 extra zone for my next 2 turns.
Next 2 turns.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's like your Wanda, Super Wanda on roller skates, so you get to go that much further. Really good.
Yes.
And just let all the viewers know that once you pick up that red X and you roll, your next 2 turns. So this is his 1 turn that he's still on, and then it's his next turn. So again, it starts automatically. So Brady opted, even though that he got the roll to number 2, he rolled the number 2. He rolled 2 on the D20, and he gets to move 2 zones for his next 2 turns extra. But as you can see, if he moves 2 zones, he's blocked there, and he's blocked there. So he really can't do anything. So what Brady opted to do is stay where he is, and he's going to do his search. Alright, Brady, let's see if you get a 4 or higher for your search this time. 2. Oh, Brady failed again! His horseshoe has ran out.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're moving on to Phil's turn, and Phil is locked in combat with a runner. So, obviously, I don't have to ask what Thomas is going to do because
I'm going to try and kill him.
you're going to try to kill him. And you're going to try to shoot him with your gun and not chop him with your axe.
Yeah, I figured I'd use the pistol.
Either way, it don't matter because it's only a
All the same.
1d6 and you got to get a 4+. Okay, here goes. Let's see what happens. All right, Thomas, let's see. 1.
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that again.
Yeah.
Except I'm gonna use the fire axe this time.
Okay, like that's gonna watch.
I know.
Okay, you are getting a 4.
Alright. If you say so.
3. I was gonna say 3. I should have said 3. So that's 2 actions, and you still failed. You gonna do, Thomas?
I'm gonna try and kill him again. I gotta try and kill this guy at least.
All right, let's do this.
Alright.
3 again. Oh my God!
I'm gonna die soon, guys.
All
I'm-
these.
All right, Thomas.
Okay.
Is this your last action?
Yeah, it is. I'm putting that die away. I'm gonna use a different one, because that seems to be unlucky. Let's try this
You're
one more
getting
time.
1 plus 4.
I got a 4 finally.
Oh, so you killed him. So at least you're out of danger for now.
Question mark.
Kind of. So Thomas did clear the area, but again, look at everything that's around this bed. But where Thomas chose his special ability for the orange, which is a free search, he's going to roll to see if he can search. Let's see if he does it. Let's just see.
Nope.
2. He failed his search. Thomas. Alright, it is on to Josh's turn, and he is locked in combat here, as you can see, with the walker, because it jumped up on me. So, I'm going to first try to kill this walker. If I cannot kill the walker, I am just going to use my slippery. I move to this X, and when I move to this X, because we already did the zombie spawn, I can choose to pick this up again and roll a d20 again. So, let's see if I can shoot this zombie with my pistol, because that's all I have left. Okay, here goes. D6. Ah, that was 1 action. Fail. Action number 2, which is 2. Fail. Action number 3, and I got a 6. Look at that. I better get it in focus. So I killed that zombie. So I am safe right now. So you know what I'm gonna do, viewers. Okay, so that zombie, it's been shot, and Josh, he's going over to the X. Let's see what happens.
So screwed.
So you cut that when I just start recording. Thomas is like, he's so screwed. So Josh now, because I am in the orange now, I get a choice to either do +1 die to melee or 1 reroll per turn. After debating and talking to everybody, it makes more sense if I choose the +1 die to melee. So that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to go on to rolling this lovely D20 and see what happens to the charge. Here we go. And I get... What do I get? It's really shiny.
I think it's a 5.
It looks like a 5 to me too as well. So 5. Refer to the chart, please, Brady, and let me know what's bad. Alright, so judging from the chart, I rolled a D5 and I get a bulletproof vest, flak jacket, flank jacket, whatever what you want to call it. But what's really good about this is if I'm going to take a wound, I just have to flip it over to damage, and then as an action I get to re-flip it over. So again, I'm already at 1 wound, so this may save Josh. So who knows? Let's see what happens. Alright, so we are on the end of Josh's turn. So now it is the zombie movement and zombie spawn time. So just stay tuned and we'll see what is happening here. Okay, so after the zombie movement and zombie spawn, as you can see, they all piled in the poor Thomas, which is Phil. And Phil is dead. So Phil takes the 2 wounds. Well, actually, probably would have took a lot more wounds, but once you're dead, that's it. Unless you come back as a zombie. But we're not doing the Zombiviver. So because of that, what happens to Phil is he goes back to the starting point. He loses all of his main items except for the cores, which is his fire axe and his pistol, and he gets a condition marker. So if he gets bit one more time, Phil is done out of the game. So again, this is where it can be very interesting depending on your rolls because of all of the zombie spawn points right there. So because of that, and on top of the roof you got 3 more runners, and so on and so forth. So again, as you can see, it's getting pretty messy. So one other thing that I completely forgot on a turn long ago, I actually had the sawed-off shotgun that should have been the most powerful weapon that got removed. But because of that, we forgot, and I just got rid of my fire axe. Oh, what's the fire axe, which is over for Phil, or Josh right here. So that was very confusing time because we get so overwhelmed with the zombies. So I'm not going back, I'm just playing it like it is. So no fire axe and no sawed-off shotgun. Poor me, but I got my bulletproof vest. So it is Ned's turn. So because the zombie spawned, so it is a fresh new turn for Ned, and look where he is. So Ned picks up the X. He's going to roll the D20 and see what happens. Hopefully he's not going to go insane. Alright, so we're Brady picked up the red X. He goes up 5 points, and because he went up to 5 points, he gets to pick one of the extra actions. It's a +1 die range or a +1 free combat action. And what are you going with, Brady?
The ranged.
The range, so a +1 die range. Alright, so let's go on to rolling the D20 and see what happens. Alright, Brady, so let's roll your D20 and see what you get according to the chart.
6.
You get a 6, so we got to refer to the chart and see what Brady gets. Alright, Brady, according to the chart, what did you get?
Slippery for my next 2 turns.
Awesome, so you're like Josh. So for your next 2 turns, you can just run by them zombies and none of them can stop you. That's a really good thing, especially now because we are overwhelmed with the zombie population. So for Brady's first action, because picking up that X, he was already in the spot, so it didn't count as one of the actions. So Brady's going to search. So you have to get a 4 or higher on your D6. 3.
Oh.
His luck is definitely gone out. All right, so now where Brady had did the D20 before, and he's got a 1 extra space or 1 extra zone for his next 2 turns. This is the second turn, so he was there and he moved up. So he still didn't do any of his actions yet. And he already picked up the X and he already moved 1 zone. So now he's going to use his blade gun or gun blade. And because he's in the orange, he gets a +1 die to his range. So he gets to roll 2 die and shoot into that horde of zombies right there. Okay, Brady, so what do you got to get to hit? You need a 4+. So 2 die, let's see what you get. Nothing!
I'm gonna roll again.
Okay, so hold on 1 second there, Brady. I'm sorry for laughing, but you know, his luck has constantly gone up, so he's not the Terminator anymore. He's the Wussinator. Okay, Brady, let's see for your next action, see if you're going to do any better.
I just dropped that.
Okay, just grab another die and roll it. Okay, folks, so Brady, for his second action, he's going to try to kill them zombies again now. And he gets 2 of them. Nice.
Bye-bye, zombie.
So he's up 2 experience points too as well. Alright, so for Brady's next action, he's going to try to clear out that little block of zombies. So Brady, roll the die and see what happens.
Dice!
And Brady gets a 1 and a 3, so he misses. So you get 1 more action. So what will it be, Brady?
I didn't even do my free shoot.
Alright, for Brady's last action, he opted to not try to shoot these this little block of 2 zombies, but he went from that zone and moved there. So Ned has moved back into a little bit more safe ground there too as well. So we're on to Phil's turn. Alright, so it's Phil's turn. Again, he died, so if he gets bit 1 more time, he's out of the game completely. He only got his core items starting again, and he starts at the starting zone. So what are you going to do there, Phil?
First thing I'm going to do is actually use my free search action.
That's right, because you are in the orange. That's right.
Yep.
Alright, so where Phil died, we had a little bit of a debate here, which is once you die, do you go back down to your starting experience point? But I'm not going to be that mean this time. But again, because this is a custom game, you can change it, viewers, so whatever way you want. But we're going to keep Thomas in the orange where he was because we're not going to be that mean. So his first action, he's going to search. So now he's got to get a 4 or higher. Let's see what happens. That jumped out, and he's got a 2.
Nope, nothing.
So, no, nothing is right. Alright, Thomas, for your next action, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move because I still have all 4 actions. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, look at that, right there. So, again, viewers, just remember, this is not like normal Zombicide. You can move diagonally, so Thomas did that, and he avoided a lot of zombies. So because of that, very smart maneuvering on Thomas's, or Phil's, I should say, and he lands on the right X, so he automatically picks it up and rolls the D20. Alright, let's see what you get. Not another zombie spawn point.
Ooh, 16.
16, let's see what 16 is. Alright, Thomas, so what did you get with the number 16 that you rolled according to the chart?
I got the police car, which I can use for 2 turns like that and move 2 spaces at a time and run over zombies.
So what happens after your 2 turns though?
Well, after 2 turns, we have to find a gas can like that, and then we can use the car for another 2 spaces.
So the police car runs out of gas after you use it for the 2 turns?
Yep.
That actually helped you immensely right now. So let's place it in the zone that you're in, and you don't even have to roll to get into it because you're there.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so since the last turn that Thomas did is to get to the X and he rolled his D20, he don't get to move the extra 2 spaces with the police car right now. Now, previously I said that once you pick that exit, wait a minute. That's right, so I have to back up here. So when you grab that X and you pick it up, you automatically get to do whatever the X is. So you do get to go the extra 2 spaces with that car. My bad. So Thomas still has to be able to move for his 2 spaces with the police car. Okay, so Thomas gets to move his 2 zones with his police car, which lands him right with the zombies. So because it lands him with the zombies, he gets to roll the 2 die, and now because we're playing kind of house rules, I can't really remember if it's a 4 or higher for the walkers, but we're going to say it's a 3 or higher for each die to kill the walkers. So let's see what happens. Alright, let's say to kill them walkers. Oh, he killed both and he gets 2 experience points. Nice. Alrighty, so it's on to Josh's turn. Again, he is in the space with the X. The zombies have already spawned. So this is pretty much like a fresh X. He already picked it apart once. He's going to do it again and try his luck and see what happens, because look at them zombies over there. They are going to be waiting. They are smelling Josh's blood. He's, I want your brains. But Josh, you know, he's just very calm and slippery. He's going to do the X and see what happens. Let's see what he rolls. Okay, just to reflect onto this idea about me using the X again, thinking about it a bit more and talking it over, I think we should have to move away from the X and then go back to it after the next zombie spawn point, because it only makes sense. The reason why is simply because you can camp out there and just stay there and fight the zombies that are coming your way, and then just keep constantly picking up the X. So that wouldn't be very fair. So again, this is new. I'm still ironing out all the custom rules. I thought I ironed them all out, but again, some are changing as we come up with certain circumstances as we go along, and this is one of them. So I can't pick the X. I have to move and search or do whatever. I just can't pick up the red X. Let's see what Josh is going to do. Alright, so considering about the red X and so forth, Josh has used his slippery ability and he bypassed all of the walkers and he moved over there for 3 actions, and for his 4th action he's just going to stay there and search. So I'm going to roll the d6, see if I get a 4 or higher and get lucky with a good weapon. D6, let's go. Oh, I got a 6. Nice. So let's see what I get. Alright, so Josh had drawn in the item deck and he just hit the jackpot. He got Christmas coming early. He's got the Reaper. And the Reaper is, it's a melee, strictly melee, but it's 5 die. You got to hit on a 5+ and it does 2 damage. Now he already has, also he chose a +1 die to his melee. So he's going to be attacking melee with 6 die. That's going to do so much damage for Josh. Way to go, Josh. I'm proud of you. Okay, so Josh ends the turn for the hero phase, so now it is the zombies' turn. I'm not going to record everything, but you know, we got to do the zombie movement, and then we also have to do the zombie spawning. So you can see there's a lot of zombies on the board. So, you know, we're still in a heap of trouble here. Let's see what happens on the next turn. Alright, so this is all the zombie movement and spawn. And if you can tell, we have a lot of zombies, and I mean a lot of zombies on the board. This is getting to be really, really bad. Like, and I thought I would be cool, Josh would be cool and safe where he is around there, but no, because look, they're just all starting to surround me now. Holy crap. And then look at that, like, we have a lot of stuff to do. We got to clean house here, guys. We got to start cleaning house. Alright, so we're at the top of the next turn for Ned, and Ned is going to do his free search action. So let's see, you got to roll the die. 4, so you get the search. So let's see what Ned gets. I think the luck has returned. Alright, Brady, what did you get?
I got the energy drink. Discard this card during the activation, +1 action to the end of
The end of your action, your phase.
Activation, yes.
Okay, so there you just get an extra action. So instead of 4 actions, you get 5 actions.
Yes.
Lucky. Alright, so Ned had slippery for the last time for this turn. So he chose to slip his way through all of the zombie horde and land right there in safety. Because he's moving closer and closer to Josh. It's on to Phil's turn. Let's see what happens to Phil. Alright, so Phil is going to do his free search action and search the cop car. But again, even though it's in a cop car, you still got to roll a d6 and get a 4 higher. Let's see what you get there, Phil. 3. So he failed his search.
Oh well.
Alright, Phil, so what are you going to do for your next turn?
Alright, I'm going to drive the cop cart for my 1 action like that, because I still have 2 spaces that I can move with it. So I'm going to move front like that right to this horde of zombies.
So pretty much you're going to move the car up to the the second zone with the zombies, and then roll that many die and see if you get a 3 or higher for each one. Alright, so that's 14 kills you could do here possibly, because there's 14 zombies. So let's see what you do there, Thomas. Whoa, let's see how many you killed. Alright, so many did you kill there, Thomas?
Killed 9 of them.
9 zombies.
Yep.
So
2,
good runners, that's right.
4, 6, 8, and the 9th one.
Alright, so that was one action that you did. So now,
Go up
because
to
there's
9 XP.
so many zombies there, you don't have enough action to slip through it. So you're gonna have to try to attack them. So in essence, if you don't kill them here, and if we're too far away, which we are to come and help you, you potentially could die this round.
Possibly.
Alright, so Thomas has 3 more actions, and even if he kills the 3, he's not really going to get out of them all. So again, I think this is the end for poor old Phil. But anyhow, we're still going to do it. Thomas is going to do all 3 at the same time. Roll 3 die and see if he gets 4 or higher. And he got 2, so he kills 2 more. So 2 more zombies are dead.
Like what? 2 more?
Alright, so it is Josh's turn. Now, he is locked in combat with 2 zombie walkers right there. And again, just as a reminder, we're not trying to treat these as different types of walker zombies. They're just walker zombies. We're treating them as Season 1 walker zombies. So he has to use his first action and try to kill them 2 walkers. And guess what he's using? He's using his Reaper with the 6 die. 5 plus 1 for he's in the orange, and let's see if he can whack them 2 pretty quick. Alright, so attacking, it's 5 plus 1, so that's an extra die. I'm going to see if I can kill them. I have to get a 5 or higher though. So, I killed 1. But also with the Reaper it does say if you roll a 5 or 6 you get an extra die. So I'm going to take my extra die now because I rolled 1. So obviously I killed 1 so far, so let's see if I kill number 2. I didn't. So 1 is dead. That is my first turn. Second action, I'm going to try to kill that last one. Overdoing it a bit with the Reaper, but hey, why not? Oh, I get a 6, so he is dead. So the 2 are dead, I cleared the zone. Alright, so for my last 2 actions, I am going to just get the heck out of Dodge. So that's 1 and 2. Which brings me, oh, hi Ned, how you doing? How's the killing going? Kill many zombies? So sad to say, after zombie movement and spawning, poor Phil, he is turned into zombie food because all of them piled in, and there's no way that he could resist getting more than, or resist from more than 1 wound. So therefore, Phil, Thomas, sorry to say, but you're zombie food.
Yeah, I'm dead.
So, just a quick question there, Thomas. What did you think of the game so far, up until this point, I should say, for you?
Honestly, I enjoyed the game a lot. It was a lot of fun. God, that's a lot of zombies. I think, honestly, if we had maybe 1 or 2 more players, like that would probably be a little bit easier for us, like that, but just the whole gameplay is a lot of fun. I enjoy playing this.
How would you rate this compared to the other like standard Zombicide Season 1? Because with their game group, we played a tremendous amount of Zombicide games.
Yeah, we did.
So,
honestly, rating for this one, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Like that, because it is a lot of fun. It is very challenging, and honestly, I think you guys should just play your own custom games because they're a lot of fun. Definitely
thank you
a lot
very
of fun.
much, Thomas. So let's just have a moment of silence for poor Phil. And, you know, on with the game. Okay, so with the zombie spawn, where we are sitting right now is heck of a lot more zombies. Like, look at all of those zombies that are in Main Street. Oh, this is so bad. So bad. So Brady and I are left to fight off the horde, get into the red. And after getting into the red, we have to pick up all the excess and make it to the exit. At least one of us to win this game. So stay tuned and wish us a lot of luck, because we definitely need all the luck. So it is Ned's turn. Sadly, we lost Phil. One of our partners, our heroes, have fallen. So now it is Ned's turn. Let's see what Ned's gonna do. For Ned's turn, starting off, for his free search action, obviously he's gonna do a search. So let's see what Ned gets, a 4 or higher. He does, so he gets a search, and let's see what Ned gets. On Ned's search, he found a submachine gun. Now this is not a submachine, an MP5. So it's 0 to 1 range, 3 die, +4, and it's a damage of 1. Now Brady has a laser pointer, but it specifically says that you need a submachine gun for it to work. And we just checked. MP5 is not considered a submachine gun because there's actual cards that say submachine gun. So his laser pointer will not work for this. But still, MP5 is better than a pistol, and as you can see, he got his pistol. He got rid of it to keep the MP5. Alright, so Brady was right here and he chose to move 2 times, which brought him to the X. So he's going to pick that X up. He's going to get his 5 experience points, plus he's got to roll the D20 to see what happens and compare it to the chart. Alright Brady, roll your D20 and see what happens.
I got
a 19. He just jumped the hop. Let's see what 19 says. So Ned he rolled a D20, got 19. It's invisible for his next turn. He can pass through zombies. We've seen this before because I think Josh did this, but Josh has slippery anyhow, so it didn't really make a difference. But Ned don't, because his slippery is done now. So that just means that Ned now is able to be invisible for his next turn. So again, he's still on his 1 turn, and we said before that when you pick the X up, it starts immediately, but it does state in the chart on his next turn, he's invisible. So he's not invisible for the rest of this turn, but for his next turn. Okay, so you got your last 2 actions. What are you gonna do?
here and then there.
Alright, and that ends Ned's turn. It's on to Josh's. So it is big boy Josh's turn right here. I'm zooming in so you can take a better look at him where he is in regards to the other zombies. He has 3 zombies on his square. They're all runners. So Josh got to do something with them guys. You know, he's slippery, he can slide past them, but the problem is that even if he slides past them, there's a chance they're going to run up to him again. So I think Josh is going to attack. He's going to use his Reaper, which is a really powerful melee weapon. Plus he selected a +1 die to his melee he gets for in orange. So he's going to attack these runners and see what happens. Okay, so I got my 5 +1 die here. So again, with this Reaper blade, just a reminder that if I roll a 5 or a 6, then I get to roll another die. So all I need is 3 successes anyhow. And there's 1 success, but it's a 6, so I get to roll another die, which sucks. I don't get it. So that's 1 action, and I killed 1. And Josh kills 1 of them, and he goes up 1 experience point. So for a second action, he's definitely going to try to kill more. Alright, so again, 6 die. Let's see what he got. Oh, he's got a 5. So he gets to roll another die. I'm just going to take this one and roll it. And a 4. So he gets to kill 1 more zombie. So Brady and I were just talking about Josh's his last 2 actions. So I could kill him and then I can move over 1, but I'm not going to be by the red X. But I can use my slippery right now, spend my 2 actions. So it'll be 1, 2, I'll be right where the X is, and then I can automatically see if I get any benefits, because right now, all the benefits we get, the better off it's going to be. So that's what Josh is going to do. He's going to move up to the X and see what happens. Alright, they're BoardGameManiacs. So Josh is on the red X, and now he's going to take his D20 and roll it and see what happens and compare. Oh, he's got a 1. So I can't remember what 1 is on the chart, but I'm really I'm really scared to look, but let's see what it is. Alright, so I referred to the chart, and number 1, I am so lucky for this. So number 1 on the chart says heal 1 wound, and look what Josh has. He has a wound right there, but guess what? Not anymore. Bye wound. Alright, so just before we do the zombie turn of the movement and then spawn, I'm looking at Josh here to see where we're at. We're at number 25 in the orange. We still got a long way to go to get to the red. Well, Josh does. Let's check out and see where Ned stands. So Neddy boy right here, right now still has the 1 wound. It's kind of hiding behind the MP5. And he's at 31. So he's actually getting pretty close to the red. We need to get there as fast as possible. And the only way we're going to do that is either by getting the X's or killing some zombies. Let's go on to the next zombie turn. Alright, so after all the zombie movement and spawn, as you can see, downtown Main Street is pretty flooded with a lot of zombies. We're in trouble. And not to mention old Neddy boy there. He's got some contenders right there that are kind of sneaking up onto him. And just a reminder, I'm going to keep saying this throughout the game, but some of the zombies are unpainted because different seasons I didn't get to them yet, so please do not put any negative comments about the unpainted zombies. Please, please, please. And just for simplicity's sake, we are taking all walkers and runners and fatties and abominations from all the sets, and we're treating them as if they are just from season 1. Alright, so at the top of Ned's turn, he's going to do his free search action first, and again he has to roll a 4 or higher on a d6 to do a successful search. Gets a 5, so obviously I think the horse should get turned back up for Brady and he's getting lucky again. Alright, so Ned did his free search. He's got a 44 Magnum, but Brady looked at the gun blade and it's pretty close to the same as the 44 Magnum, except that you can melee with the gun blade, so he's just going to discard the 44 Magnum. Okay, Ned, what are you doing?
I'm moving 1, 2, and I'm going to pick up that red X.
Oh, excellent. So he gets another X. Let's see what happens on the chart. So we're picking up that red X. Ned gets to go up 5 experience points. So again, he's probably the one who's the closest to the red right now. So once we get to the red, again, we have to pick up every red X on the board, but they do not regenerate. And after we pick up all the red X's, then it's to the exit we have to go, or at least one of us has to go. So on to rolling the d20 to see what Ned gets with the red X. Alright, Brady, roll for Ned and see what happens. 3. So let's see what you get. Okay, so what does it say in the chart, Brady, for number 3?
Search twice for your next 2 turns.
Nice. So you already get a free search action. So you can do your free search action, then move, and then search twice. Very, very good. So you may get some really nice swag here. Alright, so what Ned is going to do now is he's going to start popping the zombies in that cord right there that is a zone away with his MP5. And you can see we are treating them as regular walkers, so he's just going to open up a can of whoop-ass on them and let's see what happens. Alright, so Ned is using his MP5, so he gets 3, but he also, in his orange, he picked a +1 die to his range, so he gets 4 die to try and shoot them. And he has to get a 4+. So let's go, Ned, see if you can kill some zombies here.
I killed
1, 2, 3. Where's the other one go? 5. So then he killed 4 zombies on that turn. That's great. So the only zombies that are left there is only 4 more zombies. So therefore, Brady is gone up 4 points, so he's very, very close to the red here. So let's see if you kill these last remaining zombies and go up even higher so that we can get close to the red to successfully beat this game, hopefully. Do your damage, Ned. Roll and shoot.
I killed 2.
Oh, you killed 2 of them. Alright, so 2 more is gone. Okay, so after killing the zombies and doing the tallying, he's right teetering on the red, so he's at 42 right now. Oh my! So it's on to Josh's turn. Let's see what Josh can do here. Alright, so it's Josh's turn and he's locked in combat with the runner, so he's going to use his Reaper again, and he's going to kill that runner so he can keep going on. I think Josh is going to start making it to the exit after that, so that when Brady gets to the red, then we are going to the exit. But actually I can't because I have to start picking up the red X's, so that's not going to work. Anyhow, it's Josh's turn. I'm going to reap the heck out of this runner, and then hopefully we are going to be just so much closer to completing the game. Alright, so 5 plus 1 die, and again, it don't matter if I get 5 or 6 because they're dead anyhow on this. And look at that, look at that. I only got 2, but guess what? That runner is toast. For Josh's second action, he's going to actually search, so I got to roll a 4 higher on a d6. And I got a 4, so I get the search. Let's see what Josh gets. Alright, so Josh did a search and he got a baseball bat, and the baseball bat is not that great. The fire axe actually is a lot better. So Josh ain't even going to bother with it. He's just leaving it like it is. And the audio has probably changed a little bit with recording, and the reason why, because the temperature has just kicked up a couple of notches. The AC is on, but it's still hot, so we're just circulating the game room with the fan. So just bear with us with the audio if you hear the fan going in the background. Alrighty, and for my last actions, all I did is I just ran to here from the X that was there. So I just ran, and the reason why I chose to do that, because the zombies that are going to spawn and move, they have some runs there. If I stood where I am, I was going to get bit. So I moved up here. So again, I have some walkers to deal with on my next turn, but no runners, which is fine. So it is Ned's turn. We moved all the zombies, and then we spawned all the rest of them. So just a quick glimpse here. So yeah, it's out of focus, but I wanted to keep it out of focus because it's getting really, really dangerous and scary here. So anyhow, Ned is choosing to, because he's locked in combat, he's got to kill them 2 walkers first, but you got to be careful because right beside the spawning point there's a lot more end runners. So Ned got to do some damage here and then get the heck out of dodge. Let's see what Ned does. Alright Ned, what are you going to do? What are you going to use?
Melee them with my gun blade.
Okay, so let's see what you get. 3 and a 2, you do nothing to them. That was your first action. Do it again, come on, you can do it. 6, killed 1. Okay, with Brady killing that 1 zombie, he brought us up to the red where we need to be. So now, anytime we pick up a red X, it is not going to reappear again. Once it's picked up, it's done, and we have to pick up all red X's, and I think there are 10 on the board. So after we pick up the 10 X's, what we're going to have to do is go to the exit. So now, it could be Brady to the exit, or it could be me to the exit. One of us can die as long as one survivor gets to the exit with all red X's picked up, and the exit zone is clear. That means that we'll win the game. So for Brady's final ability, he's chosen tough. So what tough means is if he gets a bite, he gets to ignore the first bite for his turn. So that is a pretty good one. So Brady is pretty stacked, or I should say Ned. You can see the stuff he has, which is going to have to be stacked, because what we have here, when I get in focus here, is a heck of a lot of zombies and a heck of a lot of carnage that's going to happen. So let's keep going on. So Ned still has some turns. Let's see what Ned's going to do next. Alright Ned, what are you going to do for your last 2 actions?
Move over.
Alright, and you're going to take a pot shot at this walker here?
Yep.
Okay, let's see if Ned gets successful. Alright Ned, do your damage. I'm assuming you're using your gun blade?
Nope.
Oh, you're using MP5. Nice. Okay, so it's 3 die plus 1 because I get a plus 1 die range, and I got a hit on a 4 plus. So statistically he should beat this zombie. And he does. He got a 4. Alright, so now Brady's going to do his free search action for his last turn, and let's see what happens. 4 or higher, Brady. You get a Molotov, I'll be happy. No! He fails it. He gets a 3. It's on to Josh's turn. Alright, so it's on to Josh's turn. He is locked on combat by a runner and a walker. So, and if you can tell, right behind Josh is a horde of runners, just runners. There's maybe a couple of walkers, but it's mostly runners. So Josh is in a world of hurt right now. So he's going to he's got to use his Reaper blade. He's going to mow down them too, and then he's going to try to get out of there, because if he don't, he's going to be in trouble. But he has to get far enough away so that them horde of runners does not team up on him and bite him and kill him. Alright, so Josh is going to use his the Reaper, and he gets 6 because he got the plus 1 die to melee. Let's see. he got to get a 5 or higher, so he killed 1 right here.
And you get to roll another one.
Yes, that's right, Brady. So, and also too as well is he gets to roll 1 more because he rolled a 5. So let's see if I get a 5 or higher to kill that last one. Oh, I get a 4. So that's first action. Josh killed 1 of them, which is the walker, because you have to go through the hierarchy. So walkers are first. On Josh's second turn, he's gonna just try to finish off that last walker. And he's got a 5 right there, so he killed the last walker in his square. So Josh is okay. So now Josh got to really think hard on what is he going to do next. Alright, so I really thought hard onto what Josh is going to do here. So I originally planned that I was going to use 2 actions to get up to get that X on top of the building. So again, to go on a building it takes 2 actions. But I can't do that, because if I successfully do that, on the other side, as you can see, the runners and zombies, to get up on the building, it doesn't take the 2 actions, just the 1. So they'll go up and they'll bite me. Ugh! I'll be dead. So with Josh here, if I move over here, the zombies here are going to be able to bite me and I'm dead. If I move here, the zombies, the runners are going to be here, and the runners here, they're going to come and bite me and I'm going to be dead. If I go here, I'm going to get bitten and dead. So the only logical thing for Josh to do is lay down and die, because he's just he's in shock right now. No, actually, what Josh is going to do is he's going to go 1 action, 2 action. Oh, my hand kind of got in the way. Hey Ned, how you doing? There's a giant horde of zombies our way. We have to team up and kill everybody. So let's just do it. Let's get ready and destroy them all. So that's what we're gonna do. Ned and I are, we're just gonna do the showdown, hopefully not the final showdown, and try to take on all the zombies needed. Let's go on to zombies. Turn, whatever, but anyhow, it's the zombies' turn, and the 2 of us are shaking our boots right now. Probably crapped our drawers a little bit, but let's go on and see what happens. After the zombie movement, you can see clearly that we are kind of surrounded. So it's really, really hard. We also did the zombie spawn, and unfortunately, on top of all of these zombies that are now spawned on the table, Brady and I just actually drew a card. And what does the card say, Brady?
All runners get 1 extra turn.
Right, so that is the last one we are spawning, and unfortunately that's what we picked. So, if we swing back over here, all runners get 1 extra turn. So therefore, we are surrounded by a horde of runners, like more than 5. So because of that, we get bit so many times, even my bulletproof vest, and Brady got 1 wound. The runners killed us. So, but we're not really dead yet. We do have the condition marker, which we put onto our character sheet, and we start at the starting point. But we keep our experience points, but we also lose all of our weapons and start with our basic core weapons, which we started off with, the pistol and the fire axe. So, this game has turned to be really, really extreme. This is a 3-player game that we played, well, 2 now because Thomas died as Phil. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the starting point and we're going to see what happens, because we are totally overrun right now. So I got a funny feeling that the zombies are just going to take the city, but time will tell. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we put Ned and Josh at the starting position, and we still have the zombies where they are. We lost all of our great weapons, and I couldn't roll really good at the Reaper anyhow, so it don't make a difference. So as you can see, we're here, but we still have a pile of zombies to fight. Now the good thing about dying this time, though, even though that we get bit 1 more time, we're done. We can start going and trying to collect all the red X's as quick as we can, because Brady is still in the red. So let's see what happens on Ned's turn 1. Okay there, Ned, what you gonna do on your turn?
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And
oh, you got an X. So again, we have to roll on the chart, but this time the X don't come back up. It is gone. It don't regenerate. So Brady, grab the D10. or D20, and let's see what happens. Alright, Ned, roll your D20 and see what happens. It is a 3.
Search twice for your next 2 turns.
Search twice for your next 2 turns. Nice. So, now, because Brady did all his movement, but he still has 1 free search action. So after he does his free search action, he's not going to be able to search anymore because it's the same square. You can't search twice in the same square. Alright, so Ned is going to search for, roll to see if he gets a 4 high on a D6 to do a search. Get a Molotov, please. Please get a Molotov. Whoa, 1. Brady! That's bad. Alright, so what Josh did for his turn, because he has slippery, so either way, he moved his his 4 zones, and he ended up right here between the 2 buildings. He don't get any search or anything, so what he's trying to do is he's trying to make it so he can get close to the X, so that we can pick that one up too as well. So now it's on to the zombies. Alright, all you board game maniacs, we did all of our zombie spawn. And as you can see, we have a tremendous amount of zombies on the board. It is looking very bleak for our 2 heroes left to win the game. But, because this is a custom game, and in the rules I did have a little bit of a stipulation in case this get out of hand, which it did. So, because I would say that this is out of hand for sure. So, because of that, once per game, now again, this is in the custom rules, once per game, you can call in an airstrike. But with this airstrike, it can only be done once per game, so you only get 1 chance. And the way the airstrike works is you roll a D6. You have to get a 5 or higher. And with that 5 or higher, an airstrike is called in and things are destroyed. Now the only stipulation with the airstrike though is if the airstrike does work, you can pick 4 zones. They have to be in a straight line. You can't have curves or nothing towards that. It has to be straight lines for 4 zones. And in them 4 zones, if you roll the 5 or 6, the airstrike is successful and it destroys everything in those 4 connecting zones. However, you can only roll once per game for the airstrike. So Brady is going to roll a D6 for the airstrike. If he gets 4 or lower, that airstrike is canceled and can no longer be called upon in the entirety of the rest of the game. So again, just a reminder, if he gets 4 or lower on this, the 2 heroes are pretty much screwed because there's no way in hell we're going to be able to run past all of these zombies. So let's see if the airstrike will work. Alright Brady, see if you can call that airstrike in. Please call the airstrike in. So, oh, okay. So it popped off, it didn't count anyhow. Well, it's not that it didn't count, I forgot to say we kind of did something wrong here. So before we roll, we have to pick the 4 connecting zones that will blow up. Alright Brady, we did forget to count the zones that the airstrike is going in. So, before you roll the die, you are, and this really sucks because he rolled the die, it popped out of the tray, and it was a 5. Just so that we can show that we are not cheating, he did roll a 5, so because that the airstrike would have been successful, but he didn't pick the zones, or we didn't pick the zones on which they're going to strike first. Because you can't just fly and say, okay, pick this one. You have to pick the zones before you roll. That is the only way the airstrike will work if you roll 5 or higher. So Brady, what zones are you picking for the airstrike? And again, remember, before you pick, they have to be in a straight line. You can't have ones like four blocks together. They have to be drawing in a straight line. So what zones, Brady?
This one, this one, this one, and that one.
Okay, so that's 4 zones. It's a straight line. Originally, Brady was thinking he was going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But the problem with that is it's not a straight line. It is a block, which you can't choose. So it has to be a straight line. So again, that's the 4 zones. let's see if Brady succeeded into this I don't even want to say it, this airstrike, but yeah, let's just do it, see if he wins it or not. Okay, Brady, are you ready to try to call in the airstrike?
Yes, I am.
Alright, roll the die, a d6. See if you get a 5 or higher. A 5 or 6 calls in the airstrike. Let's do this. Alright, Brady, let's do it. 1! No! That means where Brady rolled a 1, the airstrike fails, and it does not succeed one bit. So all those zombies are still there. So we have to continue the game and try to beat them zombies by hand. And again, because he rolled the one time, we can't call it in the airstrike for the next turn or what have you. It's just once per turn, fail or succeed. Alright, so it's Ned's turn now. So Ned, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to end up right here.
Excellent, and that means you pick up the red X and we roll a d20. So that's 2 red X's you picked up. This is turning out to be okay, but again, we have this to deal with, which is bad. Alright, Brady, roll the d20 and see what happens. 17. Let's see what 17 does. So, if this game couldn't get any more difficult, Brady on his 17, he got a zombie spawn point. So yeah, we have another zombie spawn point. So we start out with 6 zombie spawn points, and now we have 9 zombie spawn points because Thomas did 2, which brought us to 7. Or no, 6 brought us to 8. I can't do math right now. And then we have one more, which is 9. Okay, so Brady, you can still do your free search action if you like. And again, just so I can reiterate what I said previously into the video, is when you do draw more zombie spawn points, anything over 6 automatically gets a card flipped for it, so you don't have to roll a die, because we're not going to just keep putting more die in, because you can only go up to a 6 on the d6, but we could use higher die, but this makes it easier, so it just automatically gets spawned every turn. So you gonna search, Brady? Alright, so let's see what Brady finds, if he successfully searches. Alright, Brady, let's go, see what you get. 2. He did not successfully search. This game is getting very, very hairy and scary. Alright, so for Josh's turn, he is going to move 4 spaces. And so Brady's moving for me. Alright, so that is where Josh is staying. So I think that's numbered, that's only 3, and then I might do a search. Just wait till I calculate one more time. So that was Josh's 3rd action, so my 4th and final action, I'm going to try to search. Maybe, hopefully, crossing my fingers and toes and my tongue and everything else, my eyes, you name it, get a Molotov cocktail. We will see. Alright, so here goes for the search. 4 higher. 2, no. When we need it the most, we fail. We're on to the zombie movement. Alright, so after all the zombie movement and zombie spawn, you can see that, you know, we're having a lot of trouble here. So Josh is kind of just right around. He's slippery, he can slip by and maybe pick up that X within the next turn. But Brady, because again, where both of us get killed and we start with core, he can't really escape here, and he only got the fire axe and the pistol, so chances are he's not going to be able to beat them guys. So on the next turn they're going to bite him. And again, you have all of these guys, 2 as well. So again, it's very overwhelming. Also 2 as well. And here. So I think it's safe to say that the game is done, and we're just going to call it like it is, which is both of us are zombie meat. That's all we're doing. Because Josh here is, you know, he got a little bit of a chance to pick up some X's, but again, there's no way he's going to be able to run around everything. And Brady, because of Phil, is dead already. Phil don't have a backup for us. Our airstrike kind of just flew away because he said, no way I'm going to destroy the city. So Brady is here by himself and he's battling the 4 walkers. So because of that, you know, and he only got the pistol and fire axe, there's no way that he's going to destroy them all. I can move back and try and help him, you know, go in there with my fire axe and start hacking. So it could be a chance, but all in all, it looks like there's no way that we're going to win this game of Zombicide. So unfortunately, we're calling it now. We're conceding. The zombies kicked our butt. They turned us to zombie meat. But I'd say we'd live to fight another day, but we'd live to eat another hero, because we will all be zombies. Oh boy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the camera, do some final thoughts, and talk about the game, what I thought was great about it, some improvements. I'm still noticing some more improvements that we could do for this Zombicide custom scenario that I created. But all in all, it was a really fun game, super challenging. I guess all the viewers are surprised about the airstrike, but again, I put that in the rule set just so that if we ran into this kind of circumstance, and again, if we didn't fail the airstrike and it came in, it would have weighted a lot, that we would have had a better chance of us getting the X's. But again, the dice gods were just not on our side today, so just stand by, I'll set the camera up and we'll do a little post-game chat, talk about the pros and cons and so forth. There you go, BoardGameManiacs. A custom rule set for Zombicide meets Drop Zone Commander terrain set with custom rules. So I have to say the game, again, on a scale of 1 to 10 for fun-wise, I would say an 8. Difficulty level, I would say it definitely 9 or 10. So we're just going to talk a little bit of pros and cons about it. So the pros for this is, again, it's a lot of fun. The terrain, very easy, very super customizable. You can make your own list of 20 things when you roll a d20. You don't have to have the airstrike in there if you want, but again, I put the airstrike in there just so that if things get a little hairy, which they did, we were able to at least get a little bit of a chance to try and win the game. Now, we had 3 players, I said 2, but we had 3 players, and we started off in the yellow. So some cons about it is because we only had 3 players, we started off in the yellow, and we already started with some zombies on the board. If I play 4 players or more, I would probably think of starting off in the blue, but also zombies on the board. Now again, the game will probably take a little longer to do, but in the long run it'd probably be a lot more fun to do that. We did 10 X's. Now another thing which I'd probably change up is I wouldn't put that many X's on the board. I probably would limit it to double the amount of players. So with 3 players, we'd have 6 X's. With 4 players, 8 X's, and so on and so forth. That way it will kind of balance out a little bit more. Again, I'm still trying to play with these custom rule sets. I thought it was all written in stone, that everything was done, but as we know, nothing is written in stone. All rules are meant to be broken and customized. So, Thomas unfortunately had to leave, so he wasn't able to stay here and do the post game with me, but he died anyhow, his character, so he left anyhow, he had to go home. But like he said before, I did a little little chat on camera with him while he was here before he left, as you've seen in the video. He rated it 2 as well as an 8 out of 10. I don't know what else really to say. Do you have anything to say about the game, Brady? What would you rate it out of 10?
6 or 7.
6 or 7? Is there anything you didn't like about the game?
For one, there's too many zombie spawn points when you start off. There should be like 3 or 4, not 6 immediately, and then add 3 or 4.
That could be another, that I kind of found there were some zombie spawn points that were allowed, but the thing is that really caused a lot more issues is in the center of the town down here. You can't really see, it's off camera, but in the center of town, Thomas, he rolled 2 d20s because of the double X's, and he had both zombie spawn points. So I think that was their downfall, because the center of town, they're able to disperse and go wherever they want, and we constantly were spawning more zombies. So less zombie spawn points will definitely change the difficulty level, make it easier starting off. But in either case, you get the roll the d20 and you get more zombie spawn points. It's going to get a lot more hectic and scary. So that's a really good point though, Brady. So, all in all, I had a lot of fun doing this. Thomas had a lot of fun doing this. Did you have a lot of fun doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, teenagers. Anyhow, so please comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the game. If you have any other ideas to try to customize everything, by all means, please put it down into the comment section below. What I was hoping for was to get up onto the buildings and show you a little bit of building action, because again, that's completely different too as well. But the zombies were there and they were able to come down, and one of the buildings had one X onto it. So what Brady and I would have had it done is collect all the X's on the ground and then got to the building and got the other X and then made it to the exit. In either case, you know, it is what it is. We got our butts handed to us. The zombies just totally chewed us up and didn't spit us out, because that'd be a waste of food for the zombies. So we will certainly play more of this, change the rules up a bit more, but again, the airstrike was very, very important for us, but unfortunately we failed it. Why didn't we do it previously in the game? Because I didn't find that there was not enough zombies on the board for 3 players. We could still kind of dance around them and handle them. So because of that, we had to wait until we got totally overrun, which we did. And then the airstrike, we tried, but we failed. And once per game, you could try to do an airstrike. Now, you could change it up so that the airstrike is, you can, if you fail it, the next round you can try to do it again, but you only do it once per game. Again, it's so customizable, this game, you can do whatever you want. So stay tuned for some more BoardGameManiacs style playthroughs, unboxing, content reviews. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, like the Labyrinth video that we have too as well, click on that one and watch that, because that was a lot of fun too as well. This is a new YouTube channel. We're going to keep adding more and more content as the weeks go by, so just bear with us. I'm going to be doing some more painting. We're going to actually be running a Mansions of Madness campaign too as well in the near future. So if you have any other games that you think would be really good that you'd like for us to play or so forth, comment in the section below. Subscribe if you like this video. Give us some thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next battle. Play some games, be a little crazy, maniac, talk to each other. Most importantly, have fun. See you next time.